Oh, they came on, how many tours have you guys come on? 5 or 6.
8, 9, I don't know.
Yeah, one of the two.
Well, Alright, so I met them at July Grumman Street, the red one with the Grumman Street.
Yeah.
And then, no, actually it wasn't Grumman the first one. So they came on the tour. I realized that when you're on the tour, I pick up your vibe to realize that he knew a lot about the areas, but he's from New York. And I was like, this one's different, you know, it's different. And then I saw the wife in the car and I realized that she wasn't coming out. And I was like, there's no point in doing this. If the wife doesn't come out, it's not going to happen. So they said they wanted investment, but if I don't get the wife to be a part of it, it doesn't make no sense. This is about a relationship. Real estate is a relationship business. So I pulled her out of the house, but I brought her to the worst house. So that's what I do to build up your muscles. So what it is, when I devastate you and you go, oh my God, what is this? When you get to hear, you're more appreciative. So when I brought her to the first house, which I'm going to send her the video when she closes on our house, she was like, get me out of here. Like, what is this? So, yeah. So let me guys tell them your story of what you've gone through and where you are now and what you're planning to do now.
So we were looking for a house about 3 or 4 years ago when all of this was, you guys are seeing 300,000, this was all 100,000, 150, maybe even less. We got into with fix and flip in East Orange. It didn't work out as far as with the loans and attorney, seller, everything like that. So it just didn't work out. We got our money back and everything, so we stopped. And we decided, we want to get a multifamily again. We'll try again and find the right realtor this time. Because the realtor we had before, he was just showing us a lot of houses, but nothing of substance. You came on this tour first time, like you said. I was going in the houses most of the time. She was cold.
They were fix and flips.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what we wanted.
Yeah, we didn't know, so.
So I was like, no, we don't need a fix, so we need a move-in ready. But then I couldn't decide. I didn't like any of the houses. I'm like, I'm not going to live here and live with a tenant. I can't see myself living here. So eventually I took my personal interest out of the house and just thought about money. I was like, if I can find something that can pay my rent and I can stay exactly where I'm at, that'd be fine.
Yeah, and that was
the epitome of this whole.
And that was the first house was the renters, where we went in the house in the renters, and she came in and she didn't go to any of the other houses, so she didn't know what she was saying as far as numbers and everything.
I didn't know what place I was at.
So she said numbers, and Darrell was like, oh yes, he was just ready. It was like he was ready because he knew that she was just saying astronomical numbers. And he was like, you know what, let's slow it down. So he slowed it down for us, and he made us understand the process a lot more and understand it a lot better, because now we look at houses, we don't even care that, maybe if you see a little dip on the floor, but it's a brand new house, that doesn't matter anymore. You go to the basement, you see what you need to see, you see what you need to see in the house, which is necessary, and that renters would love. And hey, that's something that we can rent it and get that cash flow, because like she said, we had a back and forth. You can ask that on saving.
So they were
and I worked a lot, so it was hard. It was hard to communicate with him and with my wife, because I work with 80 hours.
So they were on different pages. And they were confusing, because when you're on my website, I see every house that you look at. And that's what tells me how you're motivated. So he's looking at houses for, I thought it was him looking at houses for $750, and then I realized that it wasn't him, and now he was using his profile. And then he's looking at houses, single family, she's looking at multi-family. And as they come on the tour, I'm not going to tell you no. What I'm going to do is just make you see what you're asking for, what you need, and what you want are two different things. And then when I realized that enough is enough, I just said to them, guys, you've got to come on the same page. You've got to meet someone. There's no point us keep on looking at houses if you guys are not on the same page. So they got to the same page where they just said, you know what, it's about the money. I was waiting for that to happen like 4 weeks ago. So now they're doing a 4 family. Okay? Now the 4 families, you've got to bear in mind, when you're looking at 4 families, guys, there's a reason why it's up there for a certain price. Most of these people in these 4 families have been there for many years, so their rent is low. So what it is, when you're looking at a 4 family, people are looking at it as a potential commercial. Not commercial because it's not over 4 units, but they're looking at it to say, you know what, this is commercial. So what you have to do as an investor, you have to look at it to say, how can you maximize more value from it? So what you'll find on the 4 families, if they've got 2 bedrooms, sometimes the rentals are like 700 when the market rate is 14. And you've got to have the stomach to say, you know what, I can deal with that. I just need 1 year to when everyone's lease is up, I can replace them. But most people won't do that. They want everything now. So with the 4 family that they looked at, I said to them, listen, if you get a 4 family and it's near a park, that's a premium, number 1. 2, you want something that you can add value to. So what we're going to do is just clean up the outside of it, clean up the hallways, and as each tenant moves out, you just do 1 apartment at a time, and you call it repositioning the asset over 12 months. Now, we've got 1 3-bedroom, and the rest are 2 bedrooms. Okay, so what I said to them is that what I do is wait for each person to move out. I don't do the whole thing at the same time because you'll lose income. So you might as well, 1 person moves out, you grab his apartment, clean it up, paint in floors, you get it done. So they've got potential of making like
$6,100 a month.
$6,100 a month.
And I'm wondering nowhere near that.
And we haven't talked about the basement, where the basement has potential of
To
2
be 2 units.
Are you living there or you're not living there?
He doesn't know yet.
He doesn't know yet.
He doesn't know yet.
Doesn't know yet.
6 bands, I don't know, bro. I don't know about
So they live in a multi-million-dollar apartment. It's going to be hard for them to move out from this apartment to their own. But what it is that the mindset I'm teaching these guys is that you can cash flow and make that pay for that, but eventually I don't want them to do that. They've got to come to Jersey. You can't pay someone else's mortgage. But they're only going to get to that mindset when they close on that house and they see the money come in, then they're like, you know what, nah. Let that money go into our house and pay it down. So what it is, I've got to be patient and do 1 step at a time. Because I've got a whole plan for Natalie. She's going to come and work with us and get her license. And I've got a whole plan for her. Understand? Yeah, everything. So it's about stages. It's about mindsets. So what it is, I have to be patient with you about your mindset. But I've got to understand what your exit goal is. And if you don't understand, you come on the tour, you listen. I guarantee you, within 3 tours, you're very clear. I call you investment ninjas. You're very clear what you want and what you don't want. Okay? Any other questions before we wrap up today? Have you guys learned something today? You understand why I pulled you out today? Okay? So I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. I hope that worked for you. Now it's about execution, okay? So thanks very much for coming out.
You do this every Sunday?